I need the scoop.
A 20-year friendship shatters in an instant when one woman discovers her entire friend group went on a secret hen party without her. This heartbreaking Reddit confession reveals how a PhD student returned to social media only to find herself completely excluded from a milestone celebration. Join us for a story about friendship betrayal, silent complicity, and the painful realization that sometimes the people we've known the longest aren't the ones who value us the most.
I'm genuinely struggling with how to process this, and I'm torn between staying graceful or walking away for good. I've been part of a friendship group since I was 13. I'm nearly 33 now. There are 7 of us in total. While some are closer to each other than others, we've kept a group chat going for years. I've always seen them as my oldest and most meaningful friends, the kind you assume will be in your life forever. This weekend, I opened Instagram and saw that 5 of the girls had gone on a long weekend hen do for one of the group's weddings. I had absolutely no idea it was happening. No invite, no heads up, no mention at all. The only other one not there has 2 kids, so I assumed she couldn't go, but I was simply excluded. The whole thing was planned behind my back. To be clear, I know I haven't been the most active in the group chat recently. I've been doing a PhD, and I even gave them a heads up a few years ago that I'd be less present for a while. But I still showed up when it mattered. I travelled across the country for everyone's 30th birthdays, and I've always backed them, even from a distance. What's hurt the most isn't just missing the hen party, it's the silence. Not one person said, "Hey, just so you know," or gave me a chance to understand. They just carried on like everything was normal. After finding out, I spoke to 2 of the girls, my closest friends. They were shocked I wasn't included and admitted they were confused by the bride's, Rachel's, decision. They told me there hadn't been any falling out or issue from me, and they were really upset to see how hurt I was. When I said I was thinking of leaving the group chat and cutting ties completely, unfollowing everyone, stepping back, they got really emotional and said they didn't want me to go, and that felt extreme. What I later discovered was even more painful. These same friends revealed they had been chatting about the fact I wasn't invited for months before the event. It was very conscious and discussed a lot, but usually only between 2 or 3 people at a time. I asked them both what they thought my reaction would be when I found this out, and they both said absolutely devastated. More than anything, it's the fact they didn't tell me or talk to the bride about the repercussions of this on what I thought was a tight-knit group. But honestly, I don't know if I can stay. I feel humiliated, like a spare part in a friendship I thought I was still part of. The trust feels broken. Part of me wants to just walk away quietly, not to punish anyone, but to protect myself and give myself the dignity of closure. The other part of me is scared I'll look like the dramatic one, or regret walking away from 20 years of history. I've reminded them over the past couple of years that I'm still here, though I should have been more communicative. I'm in my final year of my PhD now, which has me feeling a little low, and I thought they might have taken that into account as well. I'm waiting a week to decide what to do here, but I'm thinking it may just be the bride I need to have a proper chat with, possibly ending that friendship. I need to understand if this was done with bad intent, cowardice, or some other reason. She was aware this would cause a problem.
The community overwhelmingly validated the poster's feelings of betrayal, with many encouraging her to prioritize her own emotional well-being. After taking time to process this painful revelation, she sought perspectives from people who knew the friendship group well. 1 week later, with a clearer mind and renewed perspective, the poster returns with an update that reveals even more troubling context about her exclusion.
I'd been away at a conference and needed some space to think when this all happened. I didn't expect my post to get so much attention, but I appreciated the honest responses. They made me feel more justified in how hurt I felt. Since then, I've spoken to several people who know the group and situation well. Every single one was surprised, and most were very clear. I should cut off the bride, and possibly the others too. For context, I was much quieter about a year ago. I was working on my PhD and going through a tough time personally, dealing with serious issues involving suicide and addiction. They all knew about this, and had offered words of support. Over the last 6 months or so, I'd started chatting with them more again. Things felt pretty normal. I had a phone call with the bride where she asked for wedding advice, and we had a proper catch-up. I saw 3 others from the group in person not long after. What makes this harder to process is knowing that during those moments, when we were catching up and everything seemed fine, they already knew about the hen weekend and didn't say a word. I've quietly removed myself from the group chat and taken the bride off my social media. She did message me saying she heard I was upset and was happy to chat, but honestly, it felt more like damage control. If she wanted to talk honestly, there were plenty of chances to do that earlier. At this point, I've tried to understand why she would do this, and the only explanations I can find are: first, she deliberately didn't want me there and didn't have the decency to be upfront about it. Second, she felt awkward and avoided the situation entirely. Or third, she didn't realize how hurtful it would be, though I find that hard to believe. Whatever the reason, it's caused a rift with some of my most important friendships and put us all in an incredibly uncomfortable situation. It's made clear that this isn't the kind of friendship I want to keep in my life. 2 of the others still haven't acknowledged anything. I haven't removed them yet. I'm just keeping my distance and taking time to process. This whole experience has been a sharp wake-up call. I thought things were back on solid ground. Clearly, they weren't. After thinking about it more, I've decided I can't forgive the bride. I'm not making a big scene about it, just taking myself away from the situation and the people involved. Those who want to remain in my life will let me know. One of the women I spoke to has messaged me several times, organising a catch-up for this weekend and planning to visit. I feel like after this there may be a couple of friends left from this group, but for now, I've decided to focus on other friendships.
True friendship requires both honesty and courage, especially when difficult conversations are needed. Subscribe to stay updated on more stories about friendship dynamics and betrayal that challenge our understanding of loyalty. Share your thoughts on maintaining boundaries in long-term friendships in the comments below. And explore our other videos about recognizing when it's time to walk away from relationships that no longer serve you.